Today we're going to look at how to create a class website with multiple editors, but the editors are going to have access to different things, so not everybody can change everybody else's work inside the website. One of the reasons why this is a useful thing to know how to do is we might want students to have their own websites, but we don't want to have a student within our Google Apps creating site after site after site for everything that they're doing. So a couple of different approaches are a student could have one website that's like a portfolio website and then create things off of that for school projects. Or a teacher might choose to create a class website and then assign different pieces within it. So here in our example, we've got one website. I'm going to call this Tech Project. We're going to assign different sections to different people, and we're going to use something called page level permissions in order to make this work. So in this case, I've got 4 pages: Amazon, Apple, Google, and Microsoft. So topics right here. And then I'm going to choose a person to be the editor for each one. But I want to set it up so that a person can edit their own work without being able to edit the other people's work inside here. And that's why we're using page level permissions. So to get there, up in the gear up here, we click on that, and then we can get Manage Site. So we'll click on Manage Site. And then inside here is Sharing and Permissions. And this is where we're going to set our permissions. So we'll click Sharing and Permissions. So here is our Sharing and Permissions information. And we can see that we've got users in here. The first thing that you're going to want to do is give access to the site to all of the people who need it. So in this case, if it was a class, all of your students. You can do that individually, or if you've created a group inside Google Groups, you could just put the group name in here. And what you're going to want to do is give everyone view access, so they can see everything inside the site, but they just can't edit everything inside the site. So you'll do that first, and again, you just invite people down here, whether it's individuals or the group name, and then change that to view. Once you've added all your people, up here you have the option to enable page level permissions. So we're going to click that. It's going to say, are you sure you want to do that, basically? And you can go ahead and click to turn it on. And it may take a minute, but what you'll see is over here, you'll see all the pages inside your site. Now every site has home, that's going to be the main page, so we're not going to mess with that. But then what we're going to start doing is assigning these pages. So for Google, I believe I had Kevin as my editor for that. So I'm going to go over here, and it's going to say that it's inheriting permissions by default. I'm going to change this. So when we see the permissions here, we see that it is set to default to whatever the main page, whatever the permissions is for that. So I can change that to use custom permissions, and then I have a choice down here. When a new user or group are added to the site, add users to this page. I want to go ahead and do that, so I make sure that when I add a new person overall to the site, they can still access all these pages. And I'm going to click Save. Now for this page, I can change these, and I can leave all these view, but then make the person I want to be able to make changes an editor. So now this person can edit and everybody else is just in view mode. And then I save my changes. So now that's set, and now I'll do the same thing for each other page on here. So for Apple, change, use custom permissions, add new users to this page, and you'll see everyone has a view. This time I'm going to make Umberto an editor and click Save Changes. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my other pages. Amazon, change, use custom permissions, add new users, and make Ralph the editor. And finally Microsoft, change, use custom permissions, and this time I'll make Tim the editor. Alright, so now we have 4 pages, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Amazon. Each one has one person that can edit the page, and of course as the site owner, as the teacher, I'd be able to edit any of the pages that I want to, so I can always change if I need to. Then I can always change these as needed. If I need someone to be an editor for a short time, I can make them an editor and then take that edit access away. And if I want to, at a certain point in the project, I can make everyone back to viewer access so the pages couldn't be changed. And again, in this way, each person can work on their own little piece of the project without being able to mess up or alter anyone else's work. And it's called page level permissions.